Start this now. I see. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to coverage of the APA Wheelchair Championship from here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. This event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association as part of our coverage of the Showdown Series being held in conjunction with the Pool Player Championship. Ava, stop making me laugh.
Sorry.
I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and my comedic sidekick here is the striking Viking, Ava Lawrence, and she is determined to make us laugh this afternoon, folks. So, Ava, one of our favorite events, right? So we are
No
the third
question.
of 5 championship events. The Wheelchair Championship, definitely one of our favorites. They started with 50 players. We're down to 4 here in the semifinal round. Should be some great action, but the Dragon has been slayed, right? The odds-on favorite, Charlie Hans,
Charlie, yeah.
is out. He's out. So
I
we're going to
just
have, no matter what, we're going to have a new champion today here in the Wheelchair Championship.
just ran into him and he said, I just lost. He said, I didn't play bad. I just lost. And there's some good players out there. And I'm so excited. That is the first time we've ever had a female player in this particular tournament coming this far and getting to the semifinals. So Sonya is going to be playing, Sonya Bennett, and I'm very excited for her.
Yeah, so as the players get prepared to start the match, let's take a look real quick at some of the ground rules for their matches. Of course, with any of our events, they are played by APA rules. In general, as is with this match, players are confined to a wheelchair. Matches are played according to the APA Wheelchair Championship Handicap Race Chart, and as this is a singles or an independent player event, coaching is not allowed. Take a look at what the players have at stake this afternoon. Of course, all 4 of these players have now guaranteed themselves at least a third-place finish here in this event, but they have high hopes to move on to the final round, where you can see the first-place prize is $2,000. Of course, that's all part of the $662,000 some odd dollars that will be paid out here throughout the Pool Player Championship. Again, you're seeing the different events. We are now in the third of 5 championship events from here at the Pool Player Championship, and it should be an outstanding event, right, Ava?
Oh, no question about it. These guys can play, so I'm excited to get it started.
And we will have dual coverage here, folks. We will bring you coverage from both semifinal tables. On table number 2, we have Sonya Bennett, skill level 3, versus Bradley Oden, skill level 5. So you're looking at a 2-4 race there. On table 10, we've got Chris Thompson, skill level 6, versus Marlin Redfield, skill level 5. And I believe that is, yes, a 4-5 race. So, sounds like the players have broken. Let's go straight to the action. We'll start off on table 2. You're seeing Sonya Bennett at the table. Sonya from Kankakee, Illinois. Her first time here participating in this event, and she said she is just ecstatic at the tournament that she's had thus far.
Yeah, she said, I talked to her a little bit before the match, and she said, I can't even believe I'm here. I've never done anything like this in
Right.
my life. So, but she seemed pretty calm, and I mean, even though she's excited about being here, she didn't seem afraid or intimidated. She's just going to get up there and do her thing.
Again, this is the 8-ball format, so players race to games. Of course, yesterday we had the coverage of the 9-ball shootout where they were racing to points. So if you're just now tuning in and not necessarily familiar with this format, played according to the 8-ball race chart. And from what I understand, we have, so this is Brad Oden, one of 2 returning players, 2 players that have played previously in this event, and then we've got 2 new players, Sonya and Chris Thompson, who we'll see here in a few minutes over on table 10.
The table was still open there. Nothing was made on the break, so Bradley chose the solids. There's quite a few. There's a couple of different issues on the table. It's fairly open, but as you can see there, the 15 and 4. It's a bit tied up there. 6-ball's going to have a problem finding a pocket, so we'll see.
Referee comes over to watch the hit. Brad from Cedar Creek, Texas. We got a nice little mix of states represented here in the semifinals, Ava. We got a player from Texas, player from Kankakee, Illinois, player from Mississippi, and a player from Michigan. So
good shot there for Sonya. She's got the 12 ball in the opposite side pocket. She's going to go, is she going to go for the, yeah. That would be the correct shot for sure here.
be interesting to see how whether experience comes in play here, or if the kind of the newbie, doesn't really know what to expect, just kind of it's like when you see a rookie in sports and they don't know that the moment's, that big, and they just kind of cruise through it. So
True.
Sonya's first time. Brad's got some past experience. He said he was at the top of the Riv previously. Of course, he's talking about the old Riviera Hotel and Casino where we would host our semifinals and final rounds. Nice bank shot there by Sonya.
Really good shot. The cue ball went a little bit farther than she wanted to. And these guys, obviously being seated, usually you try, if you can, obviously, to play the cue ball position around the table, but they are very, very good at playing with the bridge when needed.
It's it's really amazing. You sit down and watch these players play, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The skill that they can play with.
The wheelchair players for a long time had a long-standing event on ESPN that my husband and I used to commentate on. So we would do a little show or something before, and I had played some matches against Charlie and some of the other players from the wheelchair, and it is a totally different field, different
sure.
game, and it's pretty amazing.
Well, the sight lines. I mean, you're shooting from a lower vantage point, and
that actually helps. I like the sight line, but actually to be able to stroke freely and follow through is. All right, they're going to have somebody watch the hit here for a referee, because if she double hits this cue ball, it's obviously a foul, so she's going to have to elevate the cue a little bit here, make sure she doesn't double hit. Oh, good clean hit.
Again, if you're just tuning in, you're seeing semifinal round coverage of the 8-ball wheelchair championship. We did get a little bit of a late start. We were scheduled to start, I believe, right at 1 Pacific. Obviously just now getting underway. I think some of the quarterfinal matches went a little long, but we will be bringing in all the action.
All right, nice try, but she has opened up, missing that, she opened up the table a bit for Bradley. Bradley is a skill level 5. We'll see what he can do here. His biggest issue is obviously going to be that 2-ball. It looks like. I can't quite see. Is that a 9-ball laying in front? Is that of the 2 there by the pocket?
It looks like it. Although, sometimes the coloration is a little different on the monitor that we're viewing. Can't quite get the 1 to drop there.
Not all bad. Stayed right there.
I'm going to bring Sonya back to the table here with what appear to be a couple of makeable shots. Of course, Sonya here is racing to 2 games, so a victory in the first would be quite huge for her.
Little surprised at her choice here, only because how difficult it is to kind of. It's a lot easier to get on the next ball shooting the 15 than it is shooting the 14. She said, "Whoops."
That'll bring Brad back to the table, and as he sizes things up, let's take a look over at table 10, see how action's proceeding over there. Of course, table 10, we have Marlin Redfield, who is currently at the table. Marlin, the skill level 5, racing to 4. Marlin is another player with some past experience in this event, as you can see from his Riviera shirt there. Those given out in the last days of the Riviera back in 2015.
Didn't have much there, so just played a
A
defensive
little bit of a
shot.
safety, yeah. Now you're seeing Chris Thompson at the table. Chris is the Dragon Slayer, Ava. He was the competitor who knocked Charlie Hahn's, kind of the perennial favorite in this event, out, and he was well aware of it. I talked to him before the match, and he was well aware of Charlie's reputation, and he was very proud of
Oh, I bet.
to be the man that bumped him out of the event. Said he just tried to focus on his game, tried not to think too much about Charlie's reputation, and just focus on what he was doing. We'll see if he can carry momentum over into this semifinal match.
Right, definitely the 4 on the side here. He would like to get rid of that 15 at some. He doesn't really need to get rid of the 15. If you get the 6 out of here, I do believe the 7 might pass later on, so just leave that 15 right there for Chris to deal with, for Marlin to deal with if he gets up to the table. So Marlin
Redfield, Marshall, Michigan, and Chris is from Enterprise, Mississippi.
good shot there, making sure that 9 got out of the way. And we played rail first on the 6. Made the 6 and at the same time got rid of that 9 ball that probably was blocking the pocket for the 7. Very smart play, skill level 6. The table is definitely available for him to run out here. We'll see if he can keep it together. And all right, he's got the 1 ball. You could opt to go for the 7 here. That wouldn't be a bad play. If you play the 7 now, then you should have the 5 in the side, or the 1 or the 2. He's got more options by getting that 7 out of the way there now. Whenever there's a trouble ball, you want to get to it as soon as possible if you're a run-out type player.
So he heeds your advice, pockets the 7 in the corner.
Nice
Pockets
stroke.
the 5 ball in the side. Again, this is Chris Thompson at the table currently.
He's playing smart patterns, which you would expect from a skill level 6,
Sure,
obviously.
sure, yeah.
But a lot of times nerves, I've run into that myself. When you're under the pressure in a situation like this, you don't always think straight.
Right, and we've talked a little bit about it. It's drastically different. Well, number one, it's drastically different when you get out here to Vegas and you see, a sea of pool tables and there's thousands of people. But as you advance to the championship arena, now there are obviously spectators. You have the streaming, the lighting, just a little bit different element that most are not used to. So
Exactly.
it's those that can kind of handle that the best, I think, that you see move on to the finals and ultimately win these events.
Nice smooth stroke on this, and just kind of draw it up a few inches here. Gotta watch that cue ball though. It really draws easily. Oh, nice, perfect position. And
Sleeve.
Chris is looking like he's in a good spot to
Searching
take this
for
first game here.
Searching for that pocket marker there.
Well played.
He's going to mark his pocket there at the corner. takes the 8 ball, and Chris now leads 1-0 in what is for him a race to 5. And while they re-rack, we'll take a look at table 2, where you're seeing Bradley Oden at the table.
They've been keeping an eye on this table a little bit of a cat and mouse game going over there. Nobody wants to deal with that 14 and 6. So it's been kind of moving the balls around a little bit, kind of. You go ahead and deal with it. No, you go ahead, kind of thing.
Well, we mentioned that Sonya's skill level 3 in this matchup. She just needs 2 games, so I think Bradley well aware that he doesn't want to let this first one get away, because if he does, suddenly she's on the hill and things are looking a lot more ominous for him.
Yeah, I'm sure Bradley, I mean, obviously he knows he's a higher skill level, but he has complete respect for the opponent.
Absolutely.
Which I like. A lot of times you see people losing to somebody that you wouldn't think they would lose to, but mostly because of lack of respect, and you're not playing your game, not playing the smart shot.
Right. Well, if you've made it this far into the tournament, I mean, you better respect your opponent, because they've obviously.
Absolutely.
The referee will watch the hit here. So the hit is good, but the 6 ball does not go in. I'll bring Sonya back to the table here. Talked to Sonya a little bit before the match, and she said, unfortunately, on her way out here, she said her grandmother passed away, and she thought about not coming. Basically, she said, because obviously all of the things that go along with a family member passing. But I guess some of her family convinced her, hey, Grandma would want to see you play, and so she said she's just thrilled at how well she's done in her first time being here. So that was a nice story to hear.
Playing for Grandma. Oh, nice shot.
And a beautiful cut to pocket the 9 ball in the corner. That'll leave her with just the 14 ball. Although, looks like she might have a little bit of a tough shot.
It's pretty much a straight-on bank. This is one of those you got to hit it full and firm. If you do that, it's pretty much a straight-in shot.
And that she does.
Yeah.
So Sonya is now on the 8 ball.
She's making some good shots, but not much cue ball control, obviously, which is usually what you see in a 3.
Skill level 3, yeah.
But she's got herself 1 ball away from getting on the hill here against Bradley, who's, again, great player.
Okay, so she's going to go for the bank again. She's now marked her pocket. You can see that coin on the far pocket there. And referee's going to bring over a bridge.
A little surprised she's banking this. But the good thing about the bank is that if you get it a little bit long, it can have a chance to slide in, especially here where the cloth is newer to where it slides more than a normal. There you see the shot. Good thing is you can leave the cue ball down here if you miss it. There you go. Not an easy shot for Bradley to step into. Tough long shot on the 6 ball. And look where the 3 is. How do you there's no way of getting on the 3, so.
And that'll bring Bradley back to the table here. Started with 50 players in this year's wheelchair championship, so down just to the final 4 now.
Oh, nice shot.
That was a nice shot to pocket the 3, but watch out.
Yeah, there was no real risk for scratching, but he doesn't want this cue ball to go too far. He would have loved to be straight in and just kind of be able to shoot it and stop there for the 8, or even earlier than that, so he could shoot the 6 in the side. Instead, he's gonna float the cue ball down, just tap this in. You always want to be able to hit it with some authority if you can. And he missed it.
Narrowly missed it, yeah.
And I do believe it's almost straight in for Sonya. Slight angle on the 8 ball, and this is to get on the hill.
Again, mark her pocket. course, all the players have the different pocket markers. Some use commemorative coins. Some use, little good luck charms. Some use, just items that are in their pocket, keys or
Yeah.
that whatnot. All right, Sonya, let's see what you got. And
And
she's got
she
just what
got
she
it.
needs.
Heart of
The
the
8-ball
pocket.
drops. Sonya now on the board 1-0, and also now on the hill, needing just one more game to secure a spot in the finals. So as they prepare to rack again, we'll go back over to table 10, where Chris Thompson still leading 1-0. This is Marlin Redfield currently at the table, apparently with ball in hand.
I hope so for Marlin's sake.
Yeah, that or he just gave up ball in hand, which was a terrible strategy. So yes, we will assume that.
There is time.
he
There
had-
is a time you want to give ball in hand, though.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you go ahead and shoot. I don't want to, but I don't think this is it.
And we mark that as a defensive shot, right? When
You
that
bet.
happens, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so we don't know yet. We've been watching intently here as Sonya and Bradley were finishing that rack, so we didn't know what series of balls, but I think we do now. It's got solid, smart shot here to get rid of that 5 ball that's blocked by the 12 to go in the other corner pocket. So once that's out of the way, everything else is pretty open. Now it's just about making the balls.
That's always the trick, isn't it? Making
Yeah.
the balls. That's where my game goes a little down. Is when
Yeah,
it comes to
I've seen it.
making the balls.
Yeah, yeah. You should have read that whole pamphlet on the game. It would help. I just see her, this is funny. I just looked on the APA screen here, on the Facebook screen, and they Natalie wanted from yesterday wanted to point out that he used a swordfish, not a dolphin, in their game. We kept calling it a dolphin.
Natalie from the doubles team, right?
Yeah.
The runner-up in the doubles. The newlyweds. We
Hi,
called
Natalie.
it dolphin.
Yeah.
We're sorry. It was a
Yeah.
swordfish.
Yes. We kept
Okay.
going on about that. The
Yeah.
happy
Well, we liked
dolphin.
it. It was
and
cool.
All right. Marlin's still at the table trying to plan his attack here. I think this is a good choice. If he can get a good bridge over the all these balls, the stripes here, shooting the 4 ball now is a good idea. There you go. 4, 5, 6, 8 would be the perfect pattern here if you can do that.
Some folks wishing their favorite players luck, it appears. Nice comment here from Perry Clary. Says he's got a lot of respect for these players, not letting anything get in their way to play the game they love. And I think that is probably one of our favorite things about this event as well, Perry. So thank you for pointing that out. Let's take a look back over at table 2. Sonya is now back at the table. I want to get an idea of where she is. Of course, Steve, we're on table 10 currently.
Yeah, if we can
There we go.
check what's going on there and then probably go back over again, because
Just
since
wanted to get a feel for who's shooting what here,
Yeah.
so we know if Sonya gets close.
Marlin is going to be shooting the 6 on the other table, and he's left.
Alright. So Brad is shooting the solids as well as he pockets the 6 on the side. So we can hop back over to Marlin. And just disregard the scoring screen. It's actually you're actually watching Brad and Sonya at the moment.
And Marlin is shooting the 8 ball for the win on the other table. And you
just
missed the 8-ball. You
yeah.
missed the 8-ball on the other table.
We do apologize, folks. We just have a
Just a slight technical glitch.
difficulty, but
We'll keep you updated.
yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it there. All right, so we've got the correct scoring screen here, and we are back at table 2. Sonya Bennett, Bradley Oden. We'll see if we can't get over to table 10. Still focused on table 2 currently.
Nice combination there. Good shot.
There we go. Back to table 10 where you're seeing Chris Thompson at the table currently, shooting
Yeah, that was
high balls or the
it was a
strike
great
balls, if you
run
will.
by Marlin. He just came up short on the 8-ball. Just
Yeah.
missed it a little bit. Had a good chance at it. Nice, almost straight shot. Just kind of jawed it a little bit, and was given an opportunity here for Chris to
Chris
take
with
it
a
2
2 for
nothing.
1.
Yeah.
Little 2 for 1 there. Gotta love the 2 for 1.
Sometimes you hate it though, like when you shoot a combination and both balls go in, and you didn't think there was any way, because then you don't have position for the next
Yeah,
one.
that's
You were
true,
hoping
that's
it would
true.
sit there. So there's a time that it's great, and another time that
Sure,
not so much.
that makes
So
sense.
We'll see. Obviously, going to be shooting the 11 ball here. Good thing about this shot, it is a bit longer and it's got a bit of an angle. But the good thing is if he can, he's going to have natural position. And check this out. I don't know. Yeah, he definitely left a shot for Marlin here.
So Marlin is shooting the 8-ball. Looks like Bradley Oden also shooting the 8-ball, as I see a very large squirrel marking a pocket on the pool table. So that's a new one.
So we got dueling 8-balls going on, and
Brad does sink
Brad
the 8-ball.
makes his. Let's
Now
see
we'll
if Marlin can make
can,
his.
Oh. And Marlin makes his. So we missed both 8-balls, but we promise you they both dropped. And Marlin and Chris now tied 1-1. Sonya and Bradley now tied 1-1. So the perils of dual broadcasting, folks.
You bet. Especially when they both get down on the 8 at the same time.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it a little stressful, so.
Well, I like that squirrel pocket marker, though. I think that might outdo the swordfish that we saw. Full on.
It was not a small squirrel. I
No,
wonder if he got it out here, if he
sizable,
traveled with
yeah.
it. That's
I'm guessing that's some kind of good luck charm, like we talked about. So both matches currently racking. Again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching live coverage of the semifinal round of this year's APA 8-Ball Wheelchair Championship. We're here at the Westgate Resort and Casino, where we've been for, I don't know, Dave. I've lost track of days. We've been here a while. I feel like we qualify for residency here now. We've been here so long. Couple more days here, yeah. The third of 5 championships decided this week. We've got the break there by Bradley Oden on table 2.
good break. Just failed to make anything. Just broke dry there. So now we're going to have Sonya getting back to the table again. And I love Sonya's style. She looks so calm. And yeah, I guess I'll make another ball. Very calm and collected.
Yeah, I didn't get the impression from any of the 4 players when I only had a chance to talk briefly with them, but they didn't. The moment didn't seem too big for any of them. They all seemed very calm, very collected, and just really happy to be here. I think for the most part.
You bet.
And that, you don't always see that. Sometimes people are, anxious. They're hyped up. They're overly excited, and you can see it reflected, in the play. But not seeing that so far from any of these 4.
No, and I'm sure that all these 4 play in the, if you will, the able-bodied league as well. I know we have a couple of guys playing in our area in Wilmington, North Carolina, that I believe they're both 5s, and one of them was supposed to be out here, Billy Eno, and unfortunately he couldn't make it, but they play in regular league nights, singles boards, tournaments, whatever it is, doubles events. So I just think it's cool here that, you know, this event right here, the wheelchair event, even though a lot of these guys also play in the singles or
Oh
the
yeah,
doubles,
yeah,
this really highlights how what's cool about the sport also is that, you know, depending on what your situation is, you can play this game.
right.
So you can be the tallest or shortest, you know, be seated in a wheelchair,
Exactly, yeah.
young kids, older. I mean,
Male,
yeah,
female, young, old. I mean,
you bet.
it's a game that can be enjoyed by anybody, you know. And I've talked to, you know, I, over the years had a chance to talk to a lot of players that play out of wheelchairs, and you know, whatever the circumstance that how they ended up there, but they're competitive people. They're looking for an outlet for that, and pool is that opportunity for them. And so it's great that APA is able to offer this event here at this, you know, on this grand national stage for them to participate.
Right.
You're seeing Bradley Oden at the table currently. Brad pocketing, I believe that was the 14 ball in the corner.
I think about the only thing he's got here is that 10 ball. It's a bit tight out for that. He might be able to play the 10 and then roll up and play the 12 in the opposite corner. Or maybe even go into him now, kind of slam into it and break him up a little bit. No. All right, good shot. I think that 8 ball may be blocking that pocket. So he's going to be shooting the 9 next.
Yeah, and we do have, so the way it works here in terms of video production, folks, is the semifinalists who advance to the finals cannot have played on the same table. So our main TV table is basically out of commission for this particular round, where we've got multiple camera angles. We have to go to the tables adjacent to it, so as there's not an unfair advantage. So that's why we're kind of limited on the camera angles for the semifinal round. But as we get into that final round, we can provide the overhead shots and things like that. This is Sonya back at the table again. Sonya on the hill, needs just one more game. Punch that ticket to the finals. She pockets the 2.
Nice shot.
Far corner.
Oh.
15 slows it up for her. Looking over the schedule here, let's see. These players have had a busy day already. Started at 9 a.m. this morning, so this is now the third round of the day here for those competing in the wheelchair championship. That 9 a.m. starts early, especially when it comes to the morning after the pool party.
Yeah, that's true.
Our pool party last night here at the Westgate, great time.
Cinco de Mayo party. It was kind of a
Yeah.
double reason to party last night.
Cinco de Mayo. We're going to talk about the pool party a little bit later, Ava. I got a little bit of a bone to pick with you, but we'll come back to that after
Oh boy.
some of the match action. A little bit of a bone to pick. We'll talk about it. We'll work it out.
I have no doubt.
As Sonya tries to work out the lay of the table here.
What you may not be able to see from this particular angle is that even as Sonya makes the 6 ball right here, the 4 ball is behind the 12. So she still has one more ball on the table.
Yeah.
So
A little tough to see that from on the camera angle there. It almost
it's
looks
kind
like
of
the 12
hidden.
balls there. Yeah.
Right. And what's good for Bradley is I do believe that 12 may be able to pass into the side pocket, and if that's the case, then he's got a lot less problems on this table than Sonya does. No.
Can't get the 9 to fall on the side.
Maybe we can peek in on the other table to see what's going on over there between Marlin and Chris.
Back over to table 10. Chris Thompson currently at the table.
We're going to see here in a second what the series of balls he's shooting. Looks like the stripes. And Chris's goal here is to get pretty straight on the 10 ball so he can shoot the 15 in the opposite corner, considering where that 7 ball is.
Again, Chris is a skill level 6, so he is now the highest rated player remaining in the wheelchair championship. We've got 6, 2 5s, and a 3 still competing.
Well, needless to say, he wanted to make that to go for the run out, but that may not have been a bad choice. He didn't get straight in, so
Blocks off
better
the pocket,
that,
though, right?
better that than cutting it the way you had to, ended up behind the 7 ball. So blocking that pocket. Now it's blocked on both sides from that 7. So and when and if he doesn't get another shot, if Marlin doesn't take over here, that 10 ball is very conveniently placed for him to be able to get position on the 15. So. A tough shot here. Ooh. Shooting a 2 ball in the corner.
Looks like Marlin made contact with that, I don't know if that's the 14 ball down in the corner, but you see he kind of just put it back where it had been, which is all part of APA rules. I'll give Chris another chance at the table here. Again, not only is this match deadlocked at 1, our other semifinal match also tied at 1, but the difference there being we've got a skill level 3 who's on the hill and needing only two wins. So
All right. While Chris is making up his mind here, how about we peek over to the other table real quick? You see Bradley, he's gotten to the point now where he has 3 balls left. He's shooting the stripes. He's going to have to put a smooth kind of draw stroke here no matter what he plays, it looks like. Unless, yeah, I don't know. Unless he plays maybe the, yeah.
well, Sonya's got a golden opportunity now,
Yes,
folks.
this could be it.
Sonya, of course, shooting the solid balls that you see. She's got the 4 ball, the 6 ball, and the 8 ball all up there in the.
Yeah, Bradley, I mean, he needed to get the cue ball out in case he lost by drawing it, in case he lost, missed the ball. Because look what happened here by following it. He would have not been able to get a position on the next shot for himself, and at the same time, he left this now for Sonya. Just 3 pretty easy shots to take her spot into the finals. We'll see if.
So she gets the 6 ball to drop, and we'll see if we can't see the. She's that 4 ball's a little bit up on that rail, but.
Yeah, I think she got a hair farther than she wanted, but with the 8 ball being where it is, she should be okay. Better that than straight in, and you can't get out for the 8. So.
Yeah. Can't get the 4 ball to go, so.
Another chance for Bradley.
Another chance for Brad, still alive. Some folks asking in different ways, but they're all basically inquiring about Charlie Hans, who we mentioned at the open of the broadcast. Charlie was eliminated in the quarterfinal round by Chris Thompson. Charlie, one of the I think we've lost track of how many years he's won this particular event, but
yeah.
I know he was our defending champion, but he has been eliminated. So we will definitely have a new champion crowned in the wheelchair championship this year. Bradley Oden. Oh, well,
A little
he
frustrated, I
doesn't get it
think.
to
Yeah.
go, but he's closed off that pocket. It looks
Right.
like for Sonya. Couldn't get that. I think that was the 13 ball up there that he couldn't get to fall.
Now the move here for Sonya, if she knows it, is to shoot the combination on 4 and make that ball and hope that 4 stays. You know, if it goes in, great. You have a
Right.
shot at the 8. If it stays right there, then you block the pocket
She
for.
does just that.
Yeah.
And now she's got the pocket blocked.
Exactly. You know, I talk to my players at home all the time. I said, if you have a 2 or a 3 or on your team, you can talk strategy, you can talk and explain and teach safeties, you know, but you don't need to have the playing ability to understand the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the little moves
Right.
that you can make and what to do in this situation, that has nothing to do with how nice your stroke is or if you can draw the ball. So.
Right.
And she didn't really have any other option anyway in this situation, so.
Brad trying to put together some strategy here that's not going to allow Sonya a shot at that 4 ball.
I mean, he's got the option of just tapping the left side here of the 11.
Trying to hide behind the 11.
Yeah, just super nice, smooth, thin little shot, soft shot. Hide the cue ball behind the 11, and Sonya would have to kick at the 4. I think that's what he's going to do.
And
He
looks like he might.
you get a great angle there. You can see it. She can definitely hit the 4, but I don't think she can make it. No, she can't make that.
The referee's going
He's going to come and look
Bring
now
her the
just to make sure she
bridge.
doesn't just fan that 11 either.
Right.
Well, we'll see here if she can make this 4 ball. I don't think so. No.
Now, is this one of those times where you might be better off giving ball in hand here?
No, no, not at all, because then he can shoot the 11 down the other side of the
Yeah.
table, and he would definitely, I would think, be out in that situation. You want to hit it and at least leave a tough shot on the 11 here.
Okay, so she does make contact, legal contact with a 4. Unfortunately, she drives it out of that pocket, but she also avoids scratching. So
And you can see the lead.
right,
You
and
know,
now
he
he's
doesn't
got
really
tough
have a shot.
situation, yeah.
So I would think that he's going to
Smart
go
play.
back to playing safeties again. He still has the advantage in this, and this time, if he can just tap the 11 on the right side, he could leave a really difficult hit shot for Sonya instead of what he just left. So just a little tap, enough speed for the 11 to come out and block the 4.
And again, we do have 2 matches ongoing, but we're staying with this particular match since Sonya is on the hill and obviously just 2 balls away from potentially just 2 balls away from moving on to the final round. So looks like they're still deadlocked at 1 on that table 10.
Good shot.
Another safety there by Bradley.
Good shot. Sonya's going to have to kick.
Oh, does make contact with a 4.
Good shot.
Watch out. Cue ball holds up, so nice shot there by Sonya.
Really good shot. But Bradley still has the 3 balls he needs here
Yeah, he's
to
got excellent
take a
opportunity
2-1
here.
lead. Absolutely.
And again, we mentioned Sonya is on the hill, so he's got to do everything he can to keep her from pocketing that 4 ball and that 8 ball.
So a question from Timmy Young. Yes, you can jump. No jump cues allowed. If you're good enough to make a legal jump shot with your own cue, you're definitely allowed to jump the ball. No scooping, needless to say. You can't scoop underneath the ball and make it pop up. Even my mother can jump in if that's the case. So, but if you actually are good enough to really shoot a jump shot, and one of the reasons too is that not only is it kind of a handicap equalizer to be able to, because the only people it's going to benefit is the higher skill level to use a jump cue.
Sure.
Now, if the higher skill level player is good enough to jump without it, with your own cue, by all means, jump away.
Right.
And these guys are good at jumping too, and you can see, the special bridge that a lot of them have. They can get up high enough and shoot a jump shot. I've seen them do it. Obviously, it's more difficult from a seated position, but I've seen them do it. A lot of times they use the overhanded jump technique.
Right.
Stefan Foster asked about a masse. Yeah, I mean, usually at the tournament, sure, you can shoot a masse. In most host locations, we ask them not to use the masse shot only because the cloth is very expensive to replace, and very few people know how to execute a masse shot correctly. And even if you do, you can put a hole in the table.
I was thinking about Florian. So he gets that nickname Venom, and that's exactly where he gets it.
Yeah.
Because he said the location will call him poison to the table because of all the masse shots. All right, so the squirrel is back, folks.
Squirrel's back.
The squirrel's marking the pocket. Brad's going for it here. He's got a chance to get his second game on the board here. The lucky squirrel pocket marker. The 8 ball goes. Right. The squirrel is lucky. There he is, folks. The squirrel's on the loose here in the championship arena. Brad now leading 2-1, but still needing 2 games to Sonya's 1. And as they prepare the rack for their 3rd game, we'll head back over to table 10. See if we can't get an update on the action there. It looks like
this time we caught it. Both 8 balls.
There we go.
Yay,
Marlin
Stevie.
drops the 8 ball. Marlin drops the 8 ball. Boy, they are like in sync. Brad and Marlin both with the 8 ball. That's the 2nd game in a row they've essentially pocketed the 8 at the same time. So Brad leading 2-1, and Marlin now leading 2-1. Marlin needing 4 games to Chris's 6, so just 2 games away on that match on table 10. Of course, you're currently seeing the action on table 2. The referee preparing the rack for these players.
All right, we got winner break format, so Bradley comes up to break, and he is in a must-win situation here for the next 2 games. He needs 2, and Sonya needs 1. How many players were in this,
50
Jason?
players. Started
50
with 50 players.
A good-sized field.
Yeah. And I saw a couple. I know, like Ron. I think it's Ron Park. He was out here. One of our former wheelchair champions. He's actually playing in the 8-Ball Classic. So, few of them that actually aren't playing in this event, but playing in the 8-Ball Classic, which is still ongoing as well. So, as far as prize money, this event offers $2,000 first place prize money.
Great.
So the champion will be taking home $2,000. The runner-up will be taking home $1,200. And then, of course, we mentioned all 4 of these players have guaranteed themselves at least a 3rd place finish, which means they're taking home no less than $500. So not a bad run for these four here at the wheelchair championships.
We saw a question by Phil, and I know that Greg answered him already, but for this particular event, unless there is a league, a wheelchair league in your area where there's a playoff where you win an LTC or something like that, you can contact your league operator if you want a spot, and deal with it through that. This is the only event that we have really that doesn't require a
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to win a tournament to
Exactly.
be here now, but
Exactly.
I will qualify that by saying that these players do play in league.
Oh yes,
which
oh
means
yes.
they have to meet the handicap.
Of course.
The handicapping requirement for their skill levels. So.
Yeah, it is not your standard like open tournament. It is a handicap
Right,
tournament, so
right.
you need to have your required matches played in that format, in the 8-ball format.
There's another question on there about whether the making the 8 on the break is a win, and yes, it is. Making the 8 on the break is a win. And as I learned just before this round, if you were to scratch when you make the 8 on the break, that is also a loss.
It is a loss. Anytime you
So-
make the 8 and foul in any way, shape, or form, it's a loss of game. So if you're planning on breaking from the side and trying to make that 8-ball, you better keep control of that cue ball.
I mentioned earlier, but this is the third of 5 championships that we'll be bringing you live. Of course, we'll have the finals of this event a little bit later today, and then this evening we've got the semifinals and finals of the doubles championship starting 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then we'll have the final round at 7:30. So a lot of streaming coverage we'll be bringing you today. Make sure you stick around or tune back in as you go through your day today. Stay updated on who's done what here in Las Vegas at the Westgate Resort and Casino. Again, you're seeing Bradley Oden at the table in this particular match. Brad leading 2-1, but still needing 2 games based on the handicap differential with their skill levels. Pockets the 7 in the side there. There's a nice comment from Joseph Fogel. He said, I want to thank APA. Met my fiance and proposed to her at qualifiers in front of everyone. Thank you, APA, for such a great experience. Well, thank you for sharing that comment, Chris.
That's cool.
Or Joseph. That's love hearing stories like that. And I know we've talked about it before, Ava, but you know, you just hear countless stories of people that have come together through the league. I know I was talking to one of the league operators last night, and they said, well, I got a wedding to go to tomorrow, and not uncommon for us to hear stories about players if they, once they get out here that have met through the league, they want to get married out here at the championship. So
yeah, and so many have met during league night too. It's kind of
very
fun.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Love hearing stories like that.
All right. Bradley's got obviously a good shot here on the 2 in the side, but he's got the 5-ball in the mess now. He's kind of rolled his eyes a little bit and goes, man. So he's got to at least get to where he can make contact with the 5 after this. He's got the incorrect angle. The cue ball's going away from where he wants to go to get to the 5. So he can't really break them up on this shot. That would be a super difficult shot if it's even possible with that angle. Look out.
Pockets the 2 in the side. Narrowly misses scratching in the corner.
And this is going to be tough to hit. I don't even know if you can hit this being where the 8 and 10 are. You can see the 5 there between the 9 and 13.
Now, it looks like that lead ball that in front of that cluster, that's the 1 ball, right? you've got the 1 ball, and then you've got the, can't necessarily
Yeah,
tell, there
there's
we
a
go,
good
the
shot.
12 ball behind it. Then you got the 5 ball surrounded by the 9 ball and the 13. So
Oh, that got a
little
little
bit of a
trick there
tricky
about the
cluster down
one.
there.
Yeah, I didn't even see that 1 ball, but
Yeah, hard to
and
see
here's
that on the monitor from that angle.
here's a choice here. If he just wants to bump this in, kind of leave that cluster. Yeah, but he's got to hit it harder than that. Something has to hit a cushion, and that's ball in hand for
Ouch.
Sonya.
Again, after you contact your object ball, a ball must strike a rail, or it's a foul. And you can see he fouls there. Sonya now has ball in hand and will place the cue ball wherever she'd like on the table surface. Looks like she's going to go after that 10 ball.
And after this, Carlton, we're going to go obviously ahead and play the finals, where we'll give the players a little bit of a break to kind of regroup. We ran a little bit late because the main tournament
Yeah, well, I think
took
the
a while.
the
So
quarterfinal round ran a little long.
yeah. So we'll give you an update at the end of this when the finals will start.
So it looks like Sonya may have inadvertently touched that 1 ball, and she was wanting to get the consensus with Brad on where they felt like it needed to be returned to. Sonya pockets the 10 ball in the corner. Let's see if she goes after what I think is the 15 up there, or is she gonna?
I don't know if the 12 is makeable, but I'm not sure she's going to
Yeah.
want to touch that. So on the 15, she's got a tough angle.
Yeah,
Good thing is she's left-handed, so.
Right. Looks like she's focused on the 15.
All right. Maybe we should check and see what's going on.
Well,
no,
we
they're
looks
on
like they're
break.
taking a break, so
They're
we'll
on
stay
break
with
a little
table.
bit,
We'll
so
stay with table 2 here. Over on table 10, which they are in a break, you've got Marlin Redfield currently leading Chris Thompson by a score of 2-1. Marlin needing just 5 games, so he's 4 games, so he's 2 games shy of victory there. While Chris still needs 4 more wins. So he's racing to 5. Again, that is a 5-4 race. And the current action on table 2, Bradley Oden at the table, racing to 4, currently with 2 games under his belt. So still that cluster there that somebody's going to have to deal with one way or another.
we have a packed schedule here today. After this is the 8-ball doubles.
9 ball.
9 ball doubles,
yeah.
excuse me.
9
9 ball doubles. It will be this afternoon.
Busy day here. The pool player championships. That 1 ball just.
Oh, nice.
just
Nice try, and decided to go ahead and go for it there.
And that cluster is now broken up. So Sonya's going to have a little room to work here, I think. Have some options here.
Everything is down at that one end of the table. 14 over the way down on the other side. So we'll see if Sonya can definitely make a few of these. I'm really interested to know if that 15 ball will go in the corner pocket by the 1. That will make a big difference for her on her quest to get to the 8 ball in this rack. Oh, miscue there.
Miscued and scratched.
Wow.
Which is a tough break. She'll give ball in hand to Brad.
Well, the
little
only good thing that
frustration
came
there.
out of that is in the fact that the 5 ball is still. He's got. Brad would have a tough way to deal with that 5 ball. I don't even know if he can fit a cue ball in to shoot it in a different pocket. He's going to get a rule call here of some sort. In other words, when she moved a couple of the balls, so he's wondering, you know, he'd like to put the balls back because of where everything ended up. So we'll see what the referee's ruling is going to be and what's going to happen. So we have a little bit of a break on both tables here. There's going to be some discussion because that really alters what can happen here
Now,
for Brad.
did she make? So she made incidental contact with the ball without.
I think that's
that
what
wasn't
Brad is
struck?
saying.
Okay.
In other words, when you glance off like that, sometimes the Q-tip goes in a different direction. So
yeah, and you could see she
they're
was
trying
kind
to
of
figure out.
outstretched over the table. Yeah,
They're trying to figure out where the balls were, and the rule is that you try to both players to find the place where the balls originally were.
Right, as best as possible. Right.
Exactly. There's not the option of do you want to move it back or not. It is let's put them back where they were as close as we can. So the referee is going to come and he's going to try to help move the balls back in position where they were.
While we have a break in the action, of course, you can not only follow our the streaming action that we do here in Las Vegas, but all of our different video content over on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/APA Leagues. You can subscribe there and get all of our content emailed directly to you. Of course, we're also on Instagram, Facebook. We're all over the place, Ava. We are all over the place. All over social media.
Well, he's throwing everything at us now, isn't he?
Yeah, look at that.
All right, we'll go back to the action here, too. There's Jason Bowman. And the referee replaced the ball where it originally was, and that move resulted in Bradley being able to actually shoot the 5 ball now. That cleared the path, and that makes a big difference. Whoops, that was kind of a whiff, but he didn't make contact.
He didn't make contact, so.
David, the reason why we're not showing the other game is that they took a break over there, so there was nothing going on over there. We were going to go over, but we realized they were on break, so
yeah.
They're back now. But now that we're in this situation on this table, we're going to follow this to the end, and we'll move on over.
Yeah, we do have Sonya on the hill. And now still some discussion.
All right,
with
another discussion. We can't
tournament
really hear
director.
what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're discussing whether or not they felt like he made contact or not. It didn't appear so from our vantage point, but again, we are not tournament officials. So it looks like they've all agreed that he did not. He's going to go ahead and shoot. He pockets the 5, the far corner.
So far so good, but I don't think he got on the 1 ball. I think he snookered himself behind the 8. It's going to be close if he can go rail first. See if he can get there to make that 1 ball. Soft hit if he goes rail first will bring automatic position on the 8. Oh
nice.
yeah. Nice shot. He's left himself a long one on the 8, but he did what he had to do. And he's got about not even 2/3 of a pocket.
Not much margin
About
for
a half
error,
a
but
pocket.
he does have
Yeah,
a
it's half a
small
pocket.
window, right?
He's going to have to come with it here.
All right, we got the squirrel back. I like the squirrel, Ava.
You've got
I'm
this
digging the squirrel.
squirrel fetish. I don't
Well,
know
you know what?
what?
So the 2011 Cardinals that win the World Series, they had a rally squirrel. And so
Oh,
ever
is that
since
what it
then,
is?
yeah, squirrels. Squirrels are good luck, apparently. We'll see. It has not failed him yet.
All right, you can see there. It's actually even less from this angle. It's actually even less of a pocket than it looks from here. So he's just going to overcut this just a little bit, and if he does miss it with the correct speed, then it'll just sit right there. Thin hit. Nope.
Oh, so close.
Hit that 12 ball.
So close.
And Sonya's back in action, and the squirrel's going to take a break at least for a little while.
Timeout for the squirrel.
We're going to stay on this table because a lot more is going to be happening here shortly. The other table is still kind of in the middle of the rack,
Yeah.
and as soon as that starts nearing to where something vital is happening, we'll promise we'll go back there.
Well, Sonya failed to pocket the 14 ball, but I don't know that there's much of a shot there for Bradley.
And you'll be able to see here in a second if he even has a cut shot. Good thing is, if you attempt the cut shot, as long as you hit it, chances are he's going to leave it in the pocket, even if it doesn't go in. And there's the squirrel.
There's our favorite squirrel.
Just to make you happy,
Our
Jason.
favorite furry friend. Steve likes the squirrel too. I see him clapping over there. Steve Alejandro, our cameraman slash director, along with the rest of our production team here. Kevin Hinkebine, Becky Rosner, Greg Fletcher, all part of bringing you this coverage. Oh,
That's about as thin as
so
you can hit
close.
that shot. All right. We got
And
Sonya back up again.
So, I wasn't clear. Did he say that ball in hand there?
Oh, no, he
Because
did. Well, I think he hit the 8 before he hit the
Right,
cushion, didn't
okay,
he?
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I wasn't sure what that exchange was there between the two of them, but
I think that's probably it was where she
Right.
asked, did you hit the ball first or the 8
she
first?
pockets the 9, drives the 8 ball a little bit out of the pocket now.
This is kind of a nerve-wracking rack, this one. Sonya's going to look at this for a minute. Maybe we can take a quick peek and see what's going on the
with
other
Marlin
table.
and Chris over on table 10. You see Marlin at the table, still leading 2-1. Marlin needing 4 games to Chris's 5.
From what I can tell, I like the style of play. Both of these guys play a very smart game, not
Right.
just, well, what you expect from a skill level 5 and
5 and
6, of
6,
course,
yep.
but some play smarter than others, let's put it that way. All right, he thinks about that. Would love to go back to the other side of the table. I mean, to the other table for a second. Sonya made a couple balls and then has left this for Marlin, and he's got to be careful here. If he hits this 8 ball, he can't stop or draw the cue ball. If he hits this 8 ball on the center or the right side, he could very easily scratch in the corner pocket.
And he's just going to give ball in hand to Sonya.
That's a good move. The only other option would be to try to kick it, but that wouldn't gain anything. You'd rather have the 8 and the 12 tied up where they are right now. So
he plays safe, gives ball in hand to Sonya. That is a defensive shot there. Or marked a defensive shot, I should say.
it's going to come down to the wire here. All right, now Sonya does have the angle. If she makes this ball and manages to follow the cue ball a little bit to break the balls open here, she just got to be careful so she doesn't get snookered behind the 8.
Right. Oh.
Oh. Now the question is, what does Bradley do? What would Bradley do?
Yeah, I don't. What would Ava do?
What would Ava do? Ava would just give ball in hand again, to tell you the
There
truth.
you go. Well, we'll see if Brad goes that route here. Brad getting a good look at that layout there. That 8 ball being hugged by the 12 and the 13 ball.
Yeah, the thing about this shot is even if he hits a soft hit on this, or he could very easily leave the 13 ball right in the corner pocket. You can see how close that is. You can't really cut the 8 ball much because you're liable to foul it. So just
he's gonna ask the ref to come over and
we'll see what he's
watch
gonna
the
do.
hit. One of the many referees working hard this week here at the Pool Player Championships. Makes legal contact with the 8 ball.
And we'll see. It looks like she can definitely make the 13 ball in a really thin cut, but what she'd like to do here is make the 12, and she is left-handed, so if there's a way to cut that.
Again, the
She's looking at it. It looks like it's a bit too severe of an angle to make it there.
She's got to be sure not to foul here.
There you go.
Oh, nice shot.
This could be the winning shot right there. She got an opening, and I'll tell you what, that could have been a mistake on Bradley's part that cost him the match, or at least an opportunity to get back, to get on the hill with Sonya. Sonya, all she has to do now is make this, cut it in. The cue ball's going to feed into the cushion and straight out for the 8.
Again, Sonya is on the hill, so just 2 balls away from a spot in the final round here at the Wheelchair Championships. She does pocket the 13. Leaves herself good position on the 8. She'll grab that pocket marker. Mark the pocket.
And here it is. For a spot in the finals. Sonya just took a deep breath here off camera. She knows this is the spot to get her in there. She's having a little hard time because, again, she's left-handed and she's got a pretty heavy angle there. She's got to make sure she gets her body out of the way to stroke this.
And she's
all
got
right,
it, folks.
we got a finalist.
Sonya Bennett advances to the final round here, the APA Wheelchair Championship. Bradley Oden will finish in 3rd place, and for his efforts, will take home $500 in prize money. Very nice tournament run for Bradley. And we'll go back to action over on table 10, where we are still 2-1 in favor of Marlin Redfield. Chris Thompson currently at the table.
And he definitely has the advantage right now, even though he's got so many balls on the table, because they're all wide open. And he's got a good way of getting over to the 8. So this is just pattern play for Chris. Chance to tie this match up. This is where it's important to either choose to go all the way down and play for the 3 ball, or if you're going to play for the position on the 4, you need to make sure that you pick an angle right now. You get straight in on the 4, you're in big trouble. Oh, he's going to choose to shoot the 4. All right, you can just drift this down then and leave an angle on the 2, or come back out. Give yourself an angle, and he has given himself a lot more angle than he wanted.
If you're just tuning in, this is semi-final round coverage of the Wheelchair Championship. I know we were scheduled to begin the finals right around 3 o'clock, running slightly behind. So you are getting semi-final round coverage. We've had one of our semi-finalists advance to the final. Now you're watching Chris Thompson and Marlin Redfield, one of which will advance to meet Sonya Bennett in the final here. At the conclusion of the semifinal match, we'll give the players just a few minutes to relax, hit the bathroom, do what they need to do, and then we'll come back for the finale. So, getting a nice shot here of the championship arena. Of course, there are 10 tables in the championship arena to accommodate tomorrow's semifinal action and final action in the 8-Ball Classic, where we have 5 different tiers, each of which will crown an individual champion. So, been a great week here so far, Ava, at the Pool Player Championships. Seen a lot of happy faces.
Yeah, and the ones that are not happy either get over it in a few minutes, or
Sure,
it has
yeah.
it's deeper meaning where they maybe have spent some time at the crap table or something. And
Yeah.
but everybody, I think, has had a good time.
Yeah.
It's been a great atmosphere all the way around.
Seen a lot of great sportsmanship this week.
Yeah.
You know, which always good to see, especially when you get to this level of play. You know, it's a little more intense than your local league action. So always nice to see players congratulating each other.
All right, so Chris decided to play a safety there. He did get way too far the position on the 2, so he's decided to play safe, and this is what Marlin has here. I would be surprised if Marlin didn't play this bank in the side. I mean, yeah, you might as well go for it. Trying to play a safety when your opponent has 2 balls on the table is, you know, when you have a
Iffy,
shot at
right?
it, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Just a little long.
Get it careful there.
And that turned out to be a good move there by Chris. But you see where that 2 ball is here, Jason? If he makes the 3, he's got to watch it, because you want to go across and back again, because he's so close to the cushion. You got the side pocket to worry about
Right.
scratching. And at the same time, you have to get either all the way over, because the 8 looms really largely where it is, or you have to try to play position for the center of the table and have a tougher cut on the 2. He could also just gonna tap the side of this and leave the cue ball down there, since the 2 ball is blocking the pocket for the 8. So even if he does give up a shot for Marlin, he would only have a bank shot or safety or something to play. Decided to go for it. All right, made it, avoided the scratch,
Watch
avoided
out.
the 8, and how did he hit it? That is a
There you
great
go.
shot right there. Couldn't play that much better than that.
And that's a high pressure shot. Again, he's trailing 2-1 and he gives up a game in the race chart. So it's a big game for Chris right here.
Oh no. Are you
Oh.
kidding me? Oh, Chris. He tried to just make sure that he got a good shot on the
Yeah.
8 there, and
You
was
can
trying
see
to.
just barely hanging
It's
on
such
there.
a thin hit, but gotta make those. And Marlin,
Golden opportunity for
yeah,
him.
you bet.
This would put him on the hill.
That was a gift, and he knows it, and so does Chris.
Marlin has marked his pocket.
And there you have it.
It's the 8-ball. Marlin now up 3-1, needing just one more victory to advance to a showdown in the finals with Sonya Bennett, who moments ago defeated Bradley Oden. While we have a moment, want to make sure we thank our sponsors. Of course, our friends over at Pool Dog, who you're seeing featured on the banner behind the referee who's racking, and our Action Cues, Aramith billiard balls, and our friends there at Nationwide Insurance. Takes a lot of folks and a lot of partners to make these events successful, so we appreciate them. Of course, you're getting a look at The grand total, a lot of cash, Ava. How do we get we need to get a piece of that cash, right? Somehow we need to get a piece of that. What do we do like doubles? You and me?
Yeah.
You and me, doubles? Is that fair?
Well, you know what? Maybe in a league operator, maybe we can play in the league. You play league, right? We could play in the league operator
I do.
player tournament.
Yeah.
There you go. Although no, I don't want to play with you. If I'm
No,
going to play,
fine.
it's always when we have the commentary too. So my players are wanting to play, and I can't
Yeah,
play with them.
Right. Marlin with the break there. Well, and unfortunately, they don't let those of us at the office. We can play local league, but we don't get to advance to anything higher. They say no,
The
no,
league
no,
operator
no, no.
event, you can't play in that either.
I
No.
don't think so. I'm
No.
not in any minis or anything like that. No, it's.
That's probably a good thing.
And to
Not
be
that you'd
honest,
beat
I was
anybody,
going to say, to
Jason,
be
but-
honest, maybe if you and I were partnering up, I might have a chance. But I told you yesterday, my team just won the office championship.
Yes, we know. We've heard it like
I shut my
25
opponent
times
out
already.
on the 3-point scoring system. I got 3 points for my team.
I'm surprised. I'm excited.
I was
for
surprised
you,
too.
but
I
yeah,
think
I'm
everybody
sure
was
you were.
surprised. My opponent was definitely surprised. Love that 3-point scoring though.
Yeah, I did too.
I remember when we first went to it, and I thought, is this like the new Coke? Is this going to be not a? But I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Because
Is that your team captain?
Yeah, that's my team captain right there. That's my homeboy, my home slice, Kevin Hinkabine. Look how serious he looks. He's focusing in on his
should be.
job.
He's into this.
He doesn't like to smile much anyway, but that's my team captain right there. Led us to victory.
No, the 3-point system is.
I love it.
is
I mean,
great.
I'm a lower skilled player, so it gives me an opportunity. Even if I don't win the match, I can contribute.
Absolutely.
That has been extremely popular, and from what I've seen here in Vegas, it's making matches, kind of go longer. The matches go much deeper because of the 3-point scoring
Right.
when we get into the team play. So.
Right. Well, Phil, you're dating me now. But yeah, that was some fun years. I did travel around with both Mike and Jim and a lot of the other guys, Jim and Taya, Mike.
I'm assuming you're
Siegel.
responding to a Facebook comment.
I
right?
am. It just came up. So yes, you have some of those videos. I don't even want to hear about those videos anymore.
Was your hair bigger then? Did you have?
It was a little bit bigger. Yes.
You did the hairspray look.
No, I didn't need the hairspray look.
Just natural.
Yeah, just curly
Nice.
hair. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you had the big magazine cover. What was the
New York Times
New York
magazine,
Times magazine
yeah.
cover. That's cool. And you had the curly hair in that, right? Am I right? Was that a curly
Yeah.
hair one? Yeah.
I think my hair was bigger than the rest of me.
New
so.
York Times cover girl. I just got my new intro for you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
running out.
Yeah,
and I
this
promise
last
you
one
I do
wasn't
a
very-
different
yeah,
one
this
every
last-
time.
All right.
Let's get serious here.
Chris,
Come on.
yeah, exactly. Chris needs to make something happen here. He needs 4. Marlon needs 1. And Chris has been playing so well, including beating the legendary,
Yeah,
I
the
guess we
defending,
can say,
defending
Charlie.
champion Charlie
Yeah.
Hans. He knocked him out in the quarterfinal round. Huge victory.
And I'm not saying this is the case now because the game has gone different ways. Every game has its own life. Marlon's been playing well. He's made some mistakes, but it's amazing how sometimes when you beat a favorite like that, you kind of come down. You get
Sure.
proud of yourself. Again, I don't know if that's the case with
Yeah,
Chris.
but you do see that often in
you
sports.
do see it a
you
lot.
know. You get up for a big victory and then you
Right.
kind of level out. So he does have his work cut out for him. Marlon, as we mentioned, is on the hill. Needs just one more game to advance to that final round. Guarantee himself at least $1,200 and the chance at $2,000, and that goes to the first place winner.
All right, Marlon's taking a look to see if that 14 ball passes the 5 into the corner pocket. It's going to be close. If it does, he's in good shape. Then all the balls are open. He can shoot the 11, then the 13, the 14, and come up to the other side of the table. And an 8 ball, what you really want is to kind of run the balls in section. Once they're open and you've dealt with the issues, which is not obviously the number one if you're a run-out player.
Mhm.
But after that, then you want to shoot the balls in section. You don't want the cue ball to travel around any more than it has to.
Marlon's from Marshall, Michigan. I'm sure there's some folks back in Marshall rooting him on. As I go through some of the Facebook comments, there are in fact some folks. And one of my favorite things about since we started doing the streaming is, it gives folks back home the opportunity to watch, friends of theirs from the league or relatives to tune in and that kind of thing. So
absolutely,
very cool experience for those that weren't able to come out here and see it happen live. We got Sonya with the thumbs up in front of us. She's excited to be moving on
big smile
to the final round, just awaiting her opponent here. And she's just got to be thrilled. She said, I didn't come out here with much in terms of expectations, and here she is in the finale.
Here she is.
Would be our, I believe, would be our first female wheelchair champion ever, if she can pull out the victory in that final round.
I just saw a comment, Go Marlin, here from Jim Cavender, and I suspect that Jim is probably Marlin's league operator. Is that correct, Jim?
Jim's running around the Westgate here somewhere. I think I saw him sitting down to lunch earlier as I walked by. One of the many league operators that comes out here to Vegas. Of course, we had our league operator convention on the front end of the week, and a lot of the league operators stick around to root on their players. Some of them actually stick around to help us run the tournament because it requires a lot of volunteers. A lot of folks have to come together to run this this event, or any of our events, I should say. So we appreciate all their hard work.
Well, unfortunately for Marlin, I don't think that 14 ball does go. But I don't think it's a bad idea still to play it at this point and just kind of leave yourself some balls down there and just block that pocket. Just hit it just short with some speed. If it doesn't go, you can still block the pocket for the 5. The 5 will kind of go with the cue ball, or would have in that situation. So we'll see what he's going to choose to do here.
For the folks tuning in at home that aren't familiar with APA or aren't involved in APA, now is a great time to get involved, as most of our leagues around the country are kicking off their summer sessions. You can go to our website, poolplayers.com, find the league near you. And who knows, Ava, you might find yourself here in Las Vegas with us talking about you behind your back kind of thing, right? Not behind your back, but
yeah,
in front of your face.
No.
We're in front of your face. Perfect time to get involved, though, as we move into summer. Good way to spend those long summer days, long summer nights, playing some pool and APA leagues. And, of course, we'll cap it all off at the end of the summer with the big World Championships back here at the Westgate, where we'll award another $1 million in prize money.
Whoa, careful.
Watch that 8 ball, Marlin. All right.
He got lucky there. That 8 ball blocked the pocket.
That'll bring
But Chris can't make the 2. Yeah. 2 had if that wouldn't have happened with the 8 coming down to the corner pocket there, Chris had a great opportunity to make the 2 come up and break up the 5 if that's even necessary, but kind of a lucky break there for Marlin.
Chris, I'm sure, realizing that opportunities are fleeting at this point, and he needs to make the most of this. Again, Marlin on the hill needs just one more 8 ball to drop.
That's a nice little safety right there. Really well executed.
Ava, so what's up next for you? I know you're here till what, tomorrow night? We close out the 8 ball classic, and I think you're on a red eye home, and then what? You start qualifier tournaments for August, the local team championships or tri-cups. What do you got going on?
Yes, we have tri-cup coming up pretty shortly. I've got some exhibitions and stuff, but as far as APA goes, we got tri-cups, and then we have a week, 2 weeks off, or a week off, and then we have 9 ball cities, and then 2 8 ball cities. We had to split it up because it got large, and
Right.
we split up
And
into
those are all
two. So
qualifiers for the World Championships at that
absolutely,
point. So, for those of you who don't know, Ava runs our Coastal Carolina APA League. Boy, you've been doing it now for
8 years.
8
I'm
years.
like a
It's been that
veteran
long? That's
now.
crazy. Seems like yesterday. Ava and Mitch, and the help of your daughter and your
It's really
son-in-law. It's
my
like a
daughter
family.
and
It's a family
son-in-law, Nikki and
business, right?
Toby. Yeah,
That's
it's really
great.
that.
That's
Yeah.
really great. One of the I think that's we hear that from a lot of league operators. It's they get into it and they
Well, it's
build
the
a league
perfect
and they
family
can
business. It really is.
well,
And
it's
to
a big
have
part
fun
of
and
what APA is all about.
yeah,
Bringing people together, and so that's kind of a great story.
yeah.
I know.
And we've had two of my step grandsons have both been playing in the junior league or
Nice.
one in the league, and yeah,
Junior championships just around the corner in July up there in Davenport.
nice,
Sneaks that 5 ball right past the 8.
nice shot, and he's got a great
Great opportunity to stave off elimination here.
You bet.
Pocket that 2 ball and turn his attention to the 8.
I don't think just two ball's going to sit in the lip of the pocket. He's going to make sure this goes in, like he did last
Does.
rack. So
He'll
good
mark
job by Chris.
that corner pocket. Attempt to pocket the 8. Chris from Enterprise, Mississippi. Believe his league operator's B.J. Walker down there in Mississippi. Chris pockets the 8 ball. We're now at 3 games for Marlin, 2 games for Chris. Chris now needing 3 games to win. Marlin still just needing 1 more 8 ball to drop. And the referee will prepare the rack once again. We were talking a little bit about the Juniors Championship. And you said you got players that'll be going up to Davenport this year for that?
I do. I have at least 2 kids that are going to be going up there.
Nice.
Caleb
And
Crosby
you had a
Austin.
champion, right?
Yeah,
this past
yeah.
year?
Austin won it last year.
Excellent.
Skill level 4.
So he'll be back this year.
He has been working his butt off playing. They play pretty much every day to go off to this pool room break time up in Wilmington, and he is now going to. He just went up to a 6, so he went
Good for him.
played for as a 5 for a long time, went up to a 6, so he'll be going out there as a 6.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Really great event too. I had the chance to go up there
Love
last
the
year,
juniors,
and
yeah.
they're so enthusiastic. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing against the adult players, but man, the kids know how to have fun.
Yeah.
They know, and they're just so happy to be there.
Yeah.
There's the sportsmanship is there, and they love playing pool, and then they're excited to go to the hotel and swim in the pool together. I mean,
some
it's
get
really
a little
cool.
whiny when they grow up.
Right.
I give my adults a hard time with this all the time. I said,
Yeah.
if you guys want to see some classy pool, come watch the
Go
juniors.
watch the juniors, yeah.
They laugh at me when I pick on them.
A lot of folks starting to get their kids involved in our juniors
Yeah.
program. If you don't have it in your area, give your league operator a call. See what you might be able to do to help make that happen, because one of our fastest growing programs currently is that juniors program.
Right. And what's fun too is one of our divisions, and I think we're going to do it in both our areas now next time, is they play 9-ball singles to get the required matches, obviously, for the 9-ball to be able to, which is what the juniors has played.
Right.
But also the same team will play the other team a parent-child, or it doesn't have to be a parent. It can be another
adult child,
yeah.
right.
And that has been really popular.
Cool.
They're having a lot of fun with that.
Well, again, it's kind of like what we talked about with the family aspect of APA is, husbands and wives, sons and daughters, mothers and sons.
You can see a really focused look on Marlin's face there. He's really zeroing in. This is a great shot of him. We'll see what he's looking at. He's got the stripe balls, just made the 11. Came down here for the 14. Came down a hair too far if he wanted to try to get up for the 13 after that, but everything is open, as you can see, and both of these guys are capable of running out from here, so we'll see what Marlin's going to be able to pull off. Oh, nice. Nice shot.
Of course, we crowned 3 new champions yesterday in our 9-ball shootout. We'll make sure we give a shout out to those folks. We had in the green tier, we had Michelle Templeton. She was from Carbondale. Took home $10,000. We had Renee Maurice from Ontario, Canada, took home $10,000 in the white tier, which is your mid-level players, and in the black tier we had John Pascarella from San Diego, California, taking home the big check and the big trophy. Of course, $10,000 for him as well. Should also mention our 8-ball doubles champion that we crowned on Thursday evening, team of What the Baby Gonna Do, number 2. And they were out of Memphis, Tennessee. So a lot of trophies and prize money already handed out. A lot of trophies and prize money still to be handed out. One of which is here in the APA 8-ball wheelchair championship. Watching semifinal round coverage between Marlin Redfield and Chris Thompson. Marlin leading 3-2, and he is on the hill. Needs just one more victory to advance to the final. Fails to pocket the 9-ball there. That'll bring Chris back to the table.
Yeah, Marlin needed to follow that cue ball down and play the 10-ball next. And instead he tried to draw it and went straight in there and got in trouble. So big opening here for Chris. Chris has the solids here. Good shot, and it was rewarded. Nice speed. Got a shot there at the 6. The only other option would be the 2-ball.
And we talked a little bit about your league there in Coastal Carolina APA. A lot of folks wondering, how you can get involved in APA as a league operator. Still some great areas of the country available. I know you can go to our website, poolplayers.com, and reach out to our franchise development manager, Kevin Hinkebine. A lot of great markets still out there. Vancouver is one of the huge ones. Corpus Christi down in Texas. Just a number of really great markets still available. So if you love pool and you love getting people together and you love kind of organizing things, maybe the right opportunity for you. So go to our website, check it out. Some great markets still out there.
Yeah, and it's it's an interesting thing with the league. It's hard work, but it's not really work.
Right.
Well,
it's real gratifying, right? I mean,
it's
this ability to bring
it's
people
fun.
together and make them happy
Yeah.
is a positive. You're not.
There's times of the year you work so hard, you're going, oh my goodness, I can't believe. And other times of the year you're going, man, they call this work. I get to
Right.
hang out with my friends,
Right.
and so it's a fun thing to do.
Definitely not an easy job, but a
Nice
gratifying
shot.
one. So nice shot there by Chris Thompson.
Nice shot.
He's not going down without a fight. Doing everything he can to make things a little more challenging for Marlin at the table here. Again, if you are just tuning in, we are still in the semifinal round of the Wheelchair Championship. We'll be bringing you finals coverage shortly after this match concludes. We'll probably allow the players to take a quick break. Maybe they'll allow Ava and I to take a quick break too. What do you think?
I doubt
Maybe we
it.
talk Steve into it.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Steve, you still awake over there, buddy? He's ignoring us. Well, he's making us dizzy with spinning the room. So when you come to a tournament, there's Steve. Look at him. There's Steve-O. Ava, when you come to a tournament like this, I mean, is it? I mean, you're seeing hundreds of pool tables. Is it hard for you? I mean, are you getting the itch to you want to play, you want to grab your cue stick, and you want to?
I think that'll never go out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really do enjoy watching. I haven't had time to. I tried watching some of my players play, but at the same time, we've had the convention here that we annually have to
Right, we
kinda
keep
meet
everybody
up and
busy. Yeah.
meet up with other league operators and the staff and see if we can come up with more fun ideas or formats or learn more. And so that's been keeping me busy and then doing the commentary. So I haven't had a chance to see much more except for this.
Right.
But yeah, it always, especially if a player shoots it different than I want to, then I really want to get up there and go, no, wait,
Yeah.
hold on. All right, and this time it's Chris that has a big advantage. You can see now the balls are spread out everywhere. Making the 9 ball now would be the smart move. 10 is right there, 15 is right there, 14. And just give yourself a way to get down towards the 8. He's in good shape. Nothing is tied up. And all it would take here is an unforced error in either kind of rattling a ball or playing poor position. So we'll see if he can keep it up.
If you're following the action from home and you're wanting to keep up with your players, of course, you can use the CompuSport brackets that are available on our website, poolplayers.com, to kind of look up your favorite players, see how they're doing in the tournament, or see how they have done in the tournament. Of course, we're bringing you the streaming coverage of the semifinals and finals of all 5 championships. But if you're just interested in what's still going on in the 8-Ball Classic, you can hop over there and see how your favorite player's faring. A lot of new technical advances we've made in the last couple of years, Ava, with allowing people to follow different aspects of the tournament from home, whether it's through that CompuSport app or the streaming. Technology allowing us to do more and more every day, every year. Want to make sure we give a shout out to the folks here at the Westgate as well. Their outstanding staff, from their bartenders and servers to their porters. A lot of folks here going above and beyond to make sure that the APA members have an experience of a lifetime here in Las Vegas at the event. So we appreciate everything that the folks here at the Westgate do for us in terms of kind of rolling out that red carpet.
Our backwards cut here, shooting that 14 ball. I'm a little surprised. Oh, I meant shooting the 2 ball. Sorry. I got them all confused there. All right, here we go. Got the balls backwards a little bit. And all, needless to say, anytime you play pool, all Marlin can do is wait. That's the one thing about playing pool that makes it a little bit difficult at times, is that you can't really do anything when the other person is at the table except sit there and remember what you did wrong to let him get in there. Yeah.
Hope for another shot. Learn from your past shots. Chris bridging on this particular shot.
Let's make sure he comes out for the 5.
Pockets the 3 in the corner, and
he got a little short, but he wanted to make sure he didn't get straight in, because he has to get all the way to the other side of the table for the 8. So better to have a little more angle than not enough.
Yeah.
Get back up.
Well, I'm sure at this point he's realizing with very little left on the table, if he does not pocket the 5 and take a shot at the 8, he may not get back to the table, right?
Exactly.
Could be a very big shot right here, folks.
Watch out for the scratch. Just nice and smooth.
Nice cut on the 5.
Overcut it. Very good. Came over to the side cushion, and we're going to have a 3-3 match here in a second, it looks like. I don't think that he's going to waste this opportunity, Jason.
I'd be real surprised, yeah, for a skill level 6. Wouldn't be very common to see a mistake here.
There we go.
Pocket
Still
the 8 ball.
alive.
Chris and Marlin now tied 3-3. Keep in mind, however, folks, Chris is racing to 5 because of the differential in their skill levels. Chris is a 6, Marlin is a 5, which means we have a 5-4 race. So while the score is tied 3-3, Chris still needs 2 games to Marlin's 1. Getting a nice overview shot of the finals arena. is down the hall. 240 some odd tables still in action. Of course, if you're enjoying this coverage and you enjoy some of the video content that we produce, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/APA Leagues. You can, of course, we post all of our stream matches over there, as well as a lot of the other content that we do with all kinds of different content that we do. Some funny stuff, some serious stuff, some educational stuff. You can get it all on our YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, we'll just email you a notification saying, hey, there's something new. Come check it out.
Right.
Chris Thompson with the break here.
Good break.
Nice
Powerful break, yeah.
I didn't catch what he pocketed there in the side.
And he didn't either. It looks like the stripes. Yes. Which is a good thing for him, because you can see he's got a straight in shot here on the 9. 11 ball is right there. He's looking at a pattern right now. There's stripes is actually the best one to have in this situation, so. It's going to take a minute to kind of plan out the action path he wants to take here, but definitely shooting the 9 now is the move. If he could bump the 4 a little bit, that would be great. Oh, no, that's not what he wanted right there. Just went way too far with the cue ball, and Marlin knows it.
Marlin patiently waiting his turn back at the table. Again, if you're just tuning in, still watching semi-final round coverage of the APA 8-Ball Wheelchair Championship. Got a little bit of a late start to our semi-final round. We were scheduled to start the finals here at 3 o'clock Pacific. Obviously, we are running behind, so once we wrap up this semi-final match, we'll give the players a quick break and we'll then begin our final match. So stay with us. If you got to take a break, come back and watch it. Check it out. Should be a great finale. And later on this evening, we'll have the 9-ball doubles semifinals and finals.
Oh, wow. Wow, he cut that in. Had to let the cue ball loose.
Yeah.
Couldn't play much of a position, but he had just making that ball. He had to get that out of there, and he did a great job. He did not want to have to come back and get that later, so good shot, Chris.
I'm impressed by Chris, you know, kind of back against the wall here these last couple games, and we've seen him rise to the occasion, you know. He's
so many
stepping
players
it
tend
up
to
a
give
little
up.
bit, yeah.
Exactly.
It's as he lines up for a shot, you can see the concentration. Another nice shot by Chris. Goes all the way across the table to pocket the 14.
Really strong shot, and look the position he has on the 10. 15 is in the open. You just got to be cautious not to really pick a path there where you can make it. It's blocking the pocket there, the other side of the table, and then you got the 13 right there. This is just about cue ball control right now. If he can make this 10 and come up between the 4 and the 3, one cushion, he'll definitely have a shot at the 13, but he would love to get the 15 out of there as soon as possible. So if he lands on the rail, I'm sure that's what he's going to decide to do.
Chris taking a good look at things. Again, not a lot of room for error for him at this point with Marlin on the hill. And the table fairly open now with most of Chris's object balls pocketed. Pockets the 10 in the corner.
Right between the 3 and 4 there, and he has, he has the wrong angle on the 13. If you decide to play position for the 13, you want to come up more to the right here in this case from where we're looking at it, because then you can make the 13 drift the cue ball over to the side cushion for the 15.
Right.
Now he's going the opposite direction, and you can see all that traffic and how difficult it's going to be for him. Even though the 15 is out in the open, there's nothing tied up to it, but you got to be able to get a shot on it. So the cue ball is heading to the wrong side.
We got to get a telestrator in here. Ava is
Yeah,
frantically back here
my
pointing with her
hand is
fingers.
going.
She looks like a symphony conductor back here. Gonna get her something to draw on. Some great analysis, though, for sure.
Yeah, the best path I can see is you would really have to put a good stroke on it, but some center left. And bring the cue ball down to the bottom cushion, side cushion short, and come between the 4 and the 3 again over to the side cushion. So that's going to be a. We'll see what he does.
It looks like. Is that an extender that he's got on there? Okay, so he's attached an extender there to his cue.
He needs to really be able to stroke this if he's going to get on the 15. It's a very complicated extender. Oh, you know what he did? He just took a look to see if he could play rail first on the 15 instead. That's how tough it is to get on this 15, is he would almost rather play rail first. He would still have a tough way, even if he makes it, to get on the 13. Have to be real cautious there.
So he's looking at going off the rail and pocketing that 15 in the far corner.
Again, that's how
Doesn't quite
tough it
work
is.
out.
It would be, even though he had a straight-in shot on the 13, that's how difficult it was where he was to get on the 15. So.
Well, this could be real interesting because, I mean, I don't know how it looks to you, Ava, but Marlin's got a lot of room to work with here now.
Yeah, he's got the one ball. That's about it. The only shot that makes any sense is if he can make the one in the side. If he makes that, he's in pretty good shape to make something happen here in this rack. And he could close it out.
Yeah, just needing one more victory, one more game to advance to the final. Sonya Bennett patiently waiting her opponent.
No, he's definitely not shooting the one ball. He's shooting the 5 in the side. Got to let the cue ball loose here. All right, nicely done. Come up, he's got the 6 ball. And again, this is where you want to be in 8 ball, is where, you know, your opponent just made a mistake and has kind of opened up all the issues that were on the table. So 6 balls left, no issues anywhere. So it's just about shot making and kind of sort of keeping control of that cue ball. You know, see that sidearm stroke that most of the players have. That some have raised the chair a little bit to where it can have an underhanded stroke, but
Right.
most of these players will have the side stroke. And if you haven't tried playing with the side stroke, you should give it a try because it's not easy.
Oh, I'm
You
sure.
have to really release your wrist to be able to follow through
Right.
straight, because that's the number one thing that you try to teach able-bodied players. You say you have to really get over it and follow through. To be able to follow through straight, you have to have your elbow right directly over your hand. And these guys are playing at this level, shooting that
Yeah.
side stroke. It's very difficult.
Marlin's gonna pull out his bridge. These guys have some nifty tools and things that they utilize. Decides
Deep
he
breath.
doesn't need the bridge.
Took a nice deep breath there. Good idea. All right.
Pockets the 4 in the corner.
And it's going to be close. If he's straight in, he's not going to want to be straight in. If he has even a little bit angled where he can make this and drift to the left, that would be the preference. But he may have to follow this and shoot the one ball all the way down in the left-hand corner here on the bottom. We'll see. Such a big game. You know, Chris getting on the hill, that is, with him having this opportunity to take the win right now. Just got to play under that pressure. Nice shot. Oh, he almost missed it. Got the exact position he wanted, though. Really, I mean, perfect speed. These guys have the speed of the table down better than I think anybody we've seen in the
Yeah.
last 2 days.
I would definitely agree with that. First couple days we saw a lot of scratches after balls were pocketed.
Yes.
And
Well,
you
one
haven't
of the
really seen it today at all.
No,
So.
and one of the things that's happening too is because it has gotten more play, and the more play it gets, the less it slides,
Slows
the
down a little
slower
bit, yeah.
the slower it gets. So, all right, Marlin, this is it. Long straight in, one ball in the corner. All he has to do to shoot a stop shot. Can play it in the 8 ball in the corner, or he can drift down a little bit and play it in the side.
Gets the
And
1 to
there you
go.
go.
Looks like he's got excellent position on the 8. He's going to take a couple more deep breaths, knowing that he is now an 8 ball in the corner away from the spot in the finals. A guaranteed payday of at least $1,200. Marks his pocket with what appears to be a half an 8 ball of some kind. Trying to just kind of calm himself down.
And there you
Pockets
go.
the 8 ball, and Marlin Redfield, ladies and gentlemen, is moving on to the finals
Well done.
to face Sonya Bennett. Nice show of sportsmanship as the players shake hands, and Marlin's moving on. So, folks, we're going to give these players a few minutes to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break ourselves, and then we will be right back here for finals coverage of the Wheelchair Championship. So be sure to join us. Of course, we'll be live here on Facebook. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Until then, adios.
Adios.